Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mental Health Wealth, where we believe you are your most important asset and your mental health is your greatest resource. I'm Dr. RJ and I'm glad to see you here again. In our last episode, we unpacked shame, explored how it differs from guilt, and discussed 4 effective strategies for dealing with it. Today we're going to go deeper into this topic, examining the root of shame and its impact in our lives. Let's begin to explore the origins of shame. Shame often arises from personal experiences, family dynamics, cultural expectations, and societal norms. For instance, if you experience abandonment by a parent as a child, you may interpret a breakup in a relationship as a reflection of your deficiency. Shame might have you believe that the relationship ended because something is inherently wrong with you, and not simply because you two were incompatible. If you were raised in a household with high achievement expectations, encountering failure might feel shameful rather than merely being part of a learning process. In certain cultural contexts, men are groomed not to express certain emotions like sadness. So if you're a man who experiences these emotions, you might feel ashamed and feel less than a man. Or you might have been raised as a woman to have the expectations of having children, and not being able to have a child or not wanting a child might cause some shame. Recognizing these origins help us to understand that shame is not a true reflection of one's worth, but rather than a construct influenced by these factors. By identifying the root causes, we can address and challenge the beliefs and messages that fuel shame, ultimately fostering self-compassion and healthier self-esteem. Now, let's talk about how shame can affect our mental health. Chronic shame can lead to anxiety, depression, and even self-destructive behaviors. We might, for instance, hold back our thoughts or ideas at work or in the classroom because we are not smart enough. Internalizing shame can create a cycle of feeling unworthy and prevent us from seeking help or forming healthy relationships. How does shame affect our relationships? Well, shame does not only affect us individually, but it impacts the way we interact and deal with each other. For instance, we might withdraw from our loved ones or struggle to communicate openly when we feel ashamed. This behavior can lead to misunderstandings and a sense of isolation. Shame can even make us feel alone or unloved, even when we're in love in relationships. Alternatively, shame can cause us to remain in toxic relationships out of the fear that no one would love us. People-pleasing can also arise from shame, as we might become so fearful of how others might react if we begin to say no. We end up being yes people. Shame makes it difficult in this context for us to say no. Acknowledging how shame manifests in our lives is crucial for our well-being. More importantly, challenging the narrative of shame can help us validate our self-worth. So how can we heal from shame? Our first episode, we discussed shame and 4 strategies to aid in your healing journey. I encourage you to check out that episode if you haven't yet. Along with those strategies, I want to present to you a challenge that will transform your life and help you embrace your self-worth. I call it Love Yourself Boldly, a 7-day challenge. There are only 2 steps to this, and step number 1 is this. To confront shame, I encourage you to choose the alternative to shame. That is to love yourself no matter what. I encourage you to choose to love yourself as if the world is coming to an end. Love yourself as if it's the last thing that you do. Accept your flaws, your mistakes, your regrets, your past experiences, and make the shame-defying choice to love yourself. The second step is this. 3 times a day for the next 7 days, look at yourself in the mirror and say the following. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. After doing that, I want you to do it again, but this time using your name. I love RJ. I love RJ. I love RJ. Now, I want you to do this for 7 days. And I have to caution you that sometimes this could awaken some unhealthy emotions in us. And I strongly encourage you, if that does, to seek professional help. Although I am a counselor, I am not your counselor, and this is not meant to be therapy. It's meant to be an educational resource. So please get the support that you need as you go through this. Having said that, remember that understanding the roots and impact of shame is a very important step to our healing. By addressing these feelings openly, we can work towards breaking the cycle and nurturing healthier relationships with ourselves and with others. If this episode resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your experiences in the comments below. And remember, at the Mental Health Wealth, we're creating a community of support. So let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. So develop, nurture, and protect your mental health. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.